Hello everybody, this is Andy Clegg, W4JE. I'm going to show you a few things around the house that make lots of radio noise, some of which are fairly surprising, and all of this adds up to make listening to AM radio and shortwave radio fairly difficult. So today I'm going to concentrate on the low frequency band, 162 kilohertz, and the reason I'm doing that is that, first of all, there are no stations there, so it's quiet when there is an RF noise. And also because a lot of things that make noise make more noise at lower frequencies, so it's even more dramatic difference. So I'm just going to walk around the house and I'm going to show you some of the things that I found make a lot of noise in my house. So let's start with this first one. And of course, this is a dimmer switch. And so right now the dimmer switch is off. But it's widely recognized that dimmer switches, because the way they operate, can make a lot of radio noise, and I'll show you just how much noise they make. So we'll listen to the radio without the switch on and then with the switch on. So right now it's without, and now we'll listen to it with. Pretty dramatic difference. So a lot of noise comes from dimmer switches. By the way, at this frequency, the antenna is built into the radio. It's one of the ferrite rod antennas inside the radio. That's why I don't have the radio extended. So let me show you another switch that makes a surprising amount of noise. In fact, I won't get near it quite yet. So it is a Wi-Fi switch. It's a switch that I can access remotely and turn a light on and off. This is for my porch lights outside. But it works on the Wi-Fi band, 2.4 gigahertz, which is nowhere near this frequency I'm listening to, yet it makes a tremendous amount of noise. And interestingly, I had a radio-controlled clock mounted on the wall near the switch before I realized how much noise this switch made, and that clock never received the signal from the radio atomic clock, and now I know why. So let me show you how much noise this makes. And again, this is a Wi-Fi switch. This is the switch right here. It makes an amazing amount of noise. And right now the lights are off. That's with the lights on. That's with the light off. And so even when the light's off, it makes a tremendous amount of noise. Not getting around that anyway. Okay, so let me show you something that I also found very surprising. Just behind you here. So this is it. So we can still hear the noise from the switch. But this is interesting. This is a Keurig coffee maker, and it's not on. It is not on at all right now. It's turned off. It is plugged into the wall, but it's turned off. And look at this. It makes a tremendous amount of noise. It's off. If I turn it on, noise changes. About the same level, different kind of frequency and noise, but it's amazing. Turned off, it makes noise. I have no idea why a Keurig coffee maker would make noise. In fact, I'll turn it off or unplug it to show you that it is the Keurig coffee maker. So let me, okay, I'm going to unplug it. There it is. So that's the Keurig coffee maker. That little bit of noise you hear in the background is still that Wi-Fi light switch, which, we're now 4 feet away and it's still making a lot of noise. So I'll plug the Keurig back in, and there the noise comes again. And again, the Keurig's off, so that's pretty amazing. But if you thought that made a lot of noise when it's off, let's check something else out. Check this out. I should have moved the vacuum cleaner, but this is my TV. It's off. It's everything is off on the TV. It's plugged in, but it's off, and that's how much noise it makes when it's off. In fact, I'll unplug the TV, move the vacuum cleaner cord, and I'll show you that it's the TV. The noise goes away. So even just plugged in, without even being on, the TV makes a tremendous amount of noise. There it goes back on again. And so yeah, it makes a tremendous amount of noise even when it's off. So people wonder about devices consuming power when they're not on. Well, this demonstrates that this TV is consuming power because it requires power to make this much radio noise. So anyway, those are a few things around my house that I found that create lots of RF noise that makes listening to AM radio and shortwave radio difficult. So keep that in mind if you're trying to make your house radio quiet for ham radio or AM broadcast listening or whatever. Of course, sometimes I go to drastic measures and just turn the whole house power switch off down at the circuit breaker box, and makes it a lot quieter. Anyway, thank you for watching, and good listening.